Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing some paper weaving. Paper weaving is a simple version of weaving. Many of you have done weaving before with me in the art room, but if you haven't, here's an example of a weaving. So I'm going to zoom into this. You can see that all the fibers or yarn have been woven so that they go over under different pieces of string. Very cool, huh? This was actually made by my best friend. She was learning how to weave in a little class, and she sent me her example. So today for paper weaving, here's an example. You can use regular paper, or you can paint 2 sheets of paper, and you can use that, and that's going to make a very interesting weaving. But I'm going to show you with 2 regular sheets of paper. So what you're going to need for the paper weaving project, you're going to need 2 sheets of paper that are the same size. Okay, this is important. 2 sheets of paper that are the same size, and hopefully they're different colors, or you've painted them different colors. You'll also need a pair of scissors. And that's pretty much it. 2 sheets of paper, pair of scissors. Got it. Let's check in with Mona Lisa. Mona, how are you feeling today? She's super excited to see our paper weavings. Woo! We got you. We're gonna make some beautiful art today. All right, so I'm gonna take one of my sheets of paper and I'm going to fold it in half. So if you need help with this from a parent, you can get that help, or I'll show you a little trick. So when I fold the paper, I try to line it up at the bottom. Okay, so I'm lining it up at the bottom. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, and I'm gonna hold it right in the middle. So I lined it up as best as I could, and I'm holding in the middle. Then I'm gonna squeeze right here at the middle and the top. So it's almost like my 2 ends are coming out there. Once I have that squeeze, and look at my bottom hand, I didn't let go. So I'm holding in the middle and the bottom and the top. I'm gonna squeeze across the paper on both sides, and this is going to give me a really nice fold. There we go. Folded in half. Perfect. So from there, you're going to want to turn your paper so that the open part is at the top. Okay, so the open part is at the top. Look at how at the bottom it's closed here. All right, I'm set. Now, step 3. You're going to fold one side of the paper down about 1 inch. So if you don't know what 1 inch is, maybe take 3 fingers. I think it's 2 fingers on me, but 3 fingers on your little fingers. And that's how far you're going to fold this paper down. So I'll zoom that in. So right here, that's the length. So I'm just going to make a little fold right there. Crease it. Creasing is when you really make that fold strong. Okay, so you have this little, almost like a little envelope situation going on. Now you're going to start using your scissors. And friends, what we're making right now is the loom. Does anyone know what that means? Be thinking in your brain. I wish I could ask you in real life. A loom is what we weave on. It's what all of those little strips of paper, or with a regular loom yarn, would go onto. It has to hold those strips of paper. So this is going to be the loom. All right, so now you folded your paper. You flipped it so that the bottom is closed. You folded about 3 little fingers down, or 1 inch down on one side, not both. Now you're going to cut. Woo! All right, so I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut first right in the middle of the paper. So I'm splitting this paper in half, all right, in half. That means I'm splitting into 2 pieces. But I'm only going to cut up to that line I just made, so the folded line I just made, that is actually going to show me where to cut to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors. I'm going to put it right in the middle as best as I can, and I'm going to, I'm going to look at it from this way so that I don't overcut. I'm going to go ahead and cut, and I stopped right there at that folded line that I made. Okay, so now you kind of have two little pieces. Now, if you accidentally forgot step 2 and this was open on the bottom, you might have cut your paper in half. Okay, so in that case, just get another paper and make sure that your bottom is closed. All right, so I've cut it in half. Now I'm going to cut it into 4ths. So that means it's going to be in 4 pieces. You might be able to guess right now where you're going to cut that. I'm going to go ahead and cut 1 strip here on this left side and 1 on the right side. Okay, nice. Now, I definitely don't want to cut farther than the line that we made, and I don't want to cut too low because then your loom is going to be a little wonky. So for example, as I cut this other piece, was that enough? Nope. I want to cut all the way to that line. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're in pre-K or kindergarten, you can stop right here, or you could keep going. This is a simple loom that you could use to practice, or if you'd like to make it a little bit harder, keep going. For my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders, I want you to keep going. So now I have 4 pieces. I want to make them into 8. So you can probably guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to split each piece in half. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that to the line. Cut my next piece to the line. And be really careful here because you might accidentally cut one of these little pieces. If you do, it's not the end of the world. You're just going to leave a little bit extra. Go ahead and cut this one. And finally my last one here. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. All right, so you have your loom now. You have all of these warp strings. That's what these little bits are called, a warp string, are ready to put on your weft strings. And the weft strings are what actually go across the loom. So you're going to take your other sheet of paper. Remember how I said it has to be the same size. And the reason why I said it has to be the same size is because we're going to be cutting strips out of it that we can weave onto there. And if it's not the same size, you're just going to have a little bit hanging out. Or if it's too small, it won't go across. So I'm going to take my other sheet of paper right now. I just want to look at them. I know that this needs to go across the loom, so that means that I need to be cutting strips from this way. If you cut them this way, the horizontal way, that's okay too because they're longer. They're just going to hang off of your loom. But I'm going to go ahead and cut them across vertically because, well, not vertically, horizontally, but across when the paper is vertical. Because it's going to fit perfectly in my loom. All right, so if you want to be perfect, which nobody's perfect and you're going to make some mistakes, but if you want to make this really neat, you could use a ruler and make lines down your paper to cut onto. I'm going to eyeball it. It might help you also if you need just a little bit of assistance to make some dots that you can cut to. So you could put a ruler on there and make a dot here kind of at the bottom and then up here towards the top. And then you at least have guidance on where to cut. I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball it. So I'm gonna make 1 strip. Now, if you have lots of colors of paper and they're all the same size, then you could do like my example and you could do a rainbow. I use lots of different colors to make my strips. I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with my red for now. I'm gonna try to make some thick strips. If they're too skinny, they might fall apart. Okay, so I made 3 just for now to get started. Now I'm ready to start weaving. So I'm gonna take my warp strip and I'm gonna go ahead and start moving over under. So that means this red piece is over the first yellow strip, right? Sitting over it. Then, let me get a little bit closer. It's over. Now I'm gonna push it to go under the next one. Then it's gonna come over the third, under the fourth, over the fifth, under the sixth, over the seventh, and under that last one. I have my first one. Now, this is where a lot of students have difficulty. They'll usually just copy that first pattern. Remember, where did I start? Over or under? I started over. My red is over the yellow. So this time, I don't want to do that. I want to do the opposite. If I did over last time, that means this time I'm doing the opposite, which is under. So I'm going to take my red and go under the first strip. Second strip, I go over. Going under. Over. And I keep going across. Hopefully you're doing this on the table so it's a little bit easier for your hands. And I've reached the other side. Now, the reason why you have to do the opposite every time you go with a new strip is so that this weaving can be strong. If you accidentally do it the same as the one before, like for example, if I do my next one under, like I did before, then all of these strings are going to move on your loom. They're going to be kind of falling apart. But when we weave correctly, this is a really nice, strong checkerboard. You can see it's opposite to each other when it's correct. I'll show you the incorrect way. So what I just did here was I went under first. So I should go over, but I'm doing it wrong just to show you the wrong way. Okay, so if I do it wrong, I did it the same exact way I just did. So I'm going under again. Ooh, it's getting a little tough for me to hold it up as I do this. I'm gonna do this really quick on the table. Now I'm gonna show you what happens when you do this incorrectly, which really just means that you accidentally did it the same way as before. So you can see these two strips are exactly the same. See how they're falling down? That's because, and they might even go on top of each other, like that. That's because they're exactly the same. Now, but notice that top strip, it's not moving, and these can't get up there because they're opposite, all right? So make sure that you start with over, then go under. Your next strip is gonna be over, the next would be under, the next would be over, until finally you have your paper weaving. I can't wait to see your paper weavings. Please post them under your assignment. If you want to talk about them, post a video, tell me about what happened. If you painted 2 pieces of paper before you wove because you need to let them dry, then I would love to see those and hear about how you did that process. All right. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you're in pre-K or K, you probably will need some help by a parent for this project. But hopefully you do wonderful. I believe you will do wonderful. I know that Mona knows that you're going to do great, and she's waiting to see all those paper weavings. Have fun!